We got to give it to you. We got to give you the whole thing so you can understand what we're saying here. Now let's go to John the 8th chapter. Chapter.
Need it.
No. John the 8th chapter. And we're going to look at verses 33 through 47 there. And you're going to see here now, Christ is going to be having a dialogue with these same Jewish guys. By the time Christ comes on the scene, because of Esau made these side deals to rule over Israel, and because we begin to fall further and further from the law, we were no longer the priests anymore. The Sanhedrins, the Pharisees, all these people were Edomites. The king, Herod, Edomite. You understand? So a lot of the kingdom were being ruled by Esau, so-called white man. You understand? But when Christ came on the scene, this is why today, this is why the Jewish people hate Christ. We're going to show you in this precept and the next precept how Christ was calling them out. Okay? Because he knew exactly who they were. So I want you to pay close attention. And for those who just coming on with us, today's lesson is entitled, Christ is an Israelite. And so are you. John 8th chapter. Start at verse 33.
They answered him, We be Abraham's seed, and we were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free?
Now, remember that. Remember when we was in Romans the 9th chapter? When Paul pointed out, just because you're Abraham's seed, that don't mean you're heir to the promise. So this was the problem that they had, because look, they kept telling Christ, man, we Abraham's seed. We included it in as well. Verse 34.
And Yeshua answered them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is a servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth ever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed.
That's right.
I know that ye are Abraham's seed, but ye seek to kill me, because my word hath no place in you.
Yeah, I know you Abraham's seed, Esau. I ain't dumb. I know who you is. But you seek to kill me. Because what?
Because my word has no place in you.
Because my word has no place in you. Verse 38.
I speak that which I have seen with my father, and ye do that which ye have seen with your father.
You see that? See, Christ said, listen, I'm doing what my father says, and you're doing what your father says. Nothing to be known. We ain't of the same seed. Verse 39.
They answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Yeshua said unto them, If ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that hath told you the truth, which I have heard from the Most High. This did not Abraham.
See, Christ is laying it all out there. And see, the reason why these verses was confusing to people in previous times, because you thought he was talking to regular Israelites. He wasn't. He was talking to Esau, who have done hid themselves and put themselves into our places. Same thing they're doing today. Verse 40, 41.
Ye do the seeds of your father. Then they said unto him, We be born not of fornication. We have one Father, even God. And Yeshua said unto them, If the Most High were your Father, you would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me.
That's right.
Why do ye not understand my speech, even because ye cannot hear my words?
You can't hear my words because you ain't on the Most High. That's why you reject me. This is why you have a problem with me. This is why you don't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. This is why you try to convince people that Sunday worship is okay. This is why you put up a white Jesus. This is why you do all these things and tell people you're under grace and you ain't got to follow the law because you're not of the Most High. You understand? Then he said what?
Ye are of your father, the devil.
Who?
Ye are of your father, the devil. And the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speak a lie, he speak of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. Which of thou convinceth me of sin? And if I say the truth, why do ye not believe me? For that is of God, hear God's words. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not.
Because you are not of the Most High. Christ is an Israelite, and so are you. Christ had a problem with these guys trying to come in and pretend to be us when he knew they were not us. And this is why he called them out here in the John 8th chapter before he gave his life. Now let's go to Revelation 2nd chapter, and you're going to see what he called them out after he resurrected. He ain't letting it ride. And I don't understand why our people are letting it ride. Now, before this awakening began to take place, people in the churches, they upheld the Jewish people. Oh, these are God's people. We must serve them. We must protect them. We must honor them. Then soon as the real Israelites begin to stand up and say, we are the people. What's the rhetoric now? It don't even matter. It mattered to Christ. I wonder why it don't matter to you. Revelation, the 2nd chapter. Give verse 9 there, Jay.
I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich.
Now he's talking to the Israelites here. He said, read that for him again.
I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich.
Mm-hmm.
I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
He said, what?
I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan.
Isn't that the same thing he said in John 8th chapter? He said, you know the blasphemy, what?
I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So Christ has been calling them out since day one. And there won't no people who look like us walk around saying they were Jews when the day of Christ, faking to be Jews. For over 2,000 years, there was only one people going around trying to make people believe that they were the Jewish people. They were God's people. And that was the Jewish people. Christ called them out in John the 8th chapter. We called them out in the first Maccabees. Now he's calling them out in Revelations. It's funny how these verses right here, you never hear them in your church. You never hear this on TV in the day start when they bring them out. The next time they bring one of them out, somebody need to stand up in the church and read this. Read it for them again.
I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
They say they are Jews.
And are not.
And are not.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Now let's go over to the 3rd chapter, where Christ is going to reiterate this again. 3rd chapter, verses 8 through 13.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
Now start with verse 8.
I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it.
So Christ is telling us right here, listen, I know your works, so-called black man. I know your works, so-called African-American woman. I know what you're doing. I know your heart is with me. That's why I have opened up a door that no man can shut. So they can put up their white images all they want. They can try to change the Sabbath all they want. They can teach you this nonsense of Catholicism and Protestant Reformation all they want. But I got a door open up in front of you that no man can ever shut. You understand? That door is open. And that door was opened by the Holy Spirit. That would in due time, he would open that door and bring us back to the truth of who we really are. And then he said what?
For thou hast a little strength, and has kept my word, and has not denied my name.
What's his name?
Yeshua.
Yeshua. Not no Jesus. Yeshua, which is Savior in Hebrew. Verse 9.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
He's going to make who?
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not. But do lie.
But do lie.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
You see that? So when we get back to the kingdom, when we get back to where we are, when Christ comes down, he's going to make all these folks who've been lying all these years and saying they were the people, he's going to make all of them stand before us and bow. Christ is an Israelite, and so are you. Verse 10.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come into all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
You have to see that. Christ saying, you kept my commandments, you kept my word. And this is what we're trying to get people to understand. You are an Israelite. You're not a Christian. You don't follow Christianity. You don't follow Catholicism. You don't follow the Protestant Reformation. You're not a Baptist. You're not a Catholic. You're not a Jehovah's Witness. You're not a Kojic. You're not a holiness. You're none of that. You must get back to who you really are and follow the law, statute, commandments of the Most High God. This is the only way you're going to be in this kingdom. There ain't no place in the kingdom for black people. You understand? There ain't no gates in there with African American names on it. You understand? Only Israelites and the Gentiles who come through the Israelites. Verse 11.
Behold, I will come quickly. Hold them fast which thou hast, and no man take my crown.
Don't let no man take your crown. We understand what has been done to us. We understand what is continuously being done to us. But you got to hold on fast to the truth. You got to get this truth in your heart. You got to grab hold of it, and you need to hold on to it and don't let nothing take it away from you. Because Christ is coming. He's on his way. And I'm telling you right now, you don't want to be caught in your house with no Christmas tree, with no Easter egg hunts, with none of that. And talk about you on the grace. You're going to see what real grace is. You understand? So I wanted you to get an understanding. Christ is an Israelite. And so are you. Verse 12.
Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall
Hold on. I thought Christ was God.
Him that
Ain't that what Christianity say? Read it for him again.
Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God.
Oh, okay. So Jesus is God, and then he served a God, another God. That's what Christianity tell you, right? Read it for him again.
Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God. And he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God.
Of myself.
Of my God. And the name of the city of my God.
Of myself.
Of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God.
From myself.
From my God. And I will write upon him my new name. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches.
He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Christ is an Israelite, and so are you. Now let's go to Isaiah the 58th chapter. Let's go back to the Old Testament. Now I need to show you some things here now. What we're looking at on time right now.
11:16.
We don't been on fire.
Oh no, 116.
Okay, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna pull out the boat precept there. Let's see what get back in here then, man. Isaiah the 58th chapter. And we're gonna look at verses 1 through 13. Gotta go back to this Old Testament because I needed to show you something about who you are. You understand? Our people, according to Hosea the 4th chapter, are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So that's why it's so difficult for our people to accept who we are, because they don't know who we are. They don't even know how to operate as an Israelite. Right? So we're going to go back here and show you this so you get a true understanding of what Christ demands, what the Most High calls you to be. Isaiah 58. Let's give him verse 1 now.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Let's read that for him again.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
So, the Most High instructed Isaiah to listen, to cry loud and spare not. That's where you hear that term. That's where that term comes from. To reveal to Israel their transgressions, so we can understand fully the sins that we have committed. the problem. Because our people are trapped in the delusion of Christianity. We're trapped in the delusion of the Protestant Reformation. When you begin to point out things about what we're doing, people look at you like you're crazy. So if you say, yo, bro, you're supposed to be worship on the Sabbath, not Sunday. That's the worship of the sun. They laugh at you. No, because they don't know anything else. They don't know that commandments say, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Right? When you say like, yo, bro, you out here watching Power, you out here watching Empire, and what's love got to do with it, and have-nots, all these sex scenes and nude scenes and vulgarity and all that. The Most High said you're not supposed to look upon another woman's nakedness. You're not supposed to see sex like that on TV. Man, what you talking about, man? You understand? Because Christianity, it don't address these things. So you can just watch anything, listen to anything, don't make no difference. That's because Christianity says you're under grace. Right? So when you go to a person like, listen, man, you don't supposed to be eating that shrimp, you don't supposed to be eating that swine, you don't supposed to be eating that crab, man. I'm under grace. So they just keep calling out grace because they believe they are Gentiles and they believe the delusion of Christianity. But that's why today's lesson is entitled, Christ is an Israelite, and so are you. And if you want to be accepted by the Christ of the Bible, then you must understand who you are and how you're supposed to carry yourself as an Israelite. Verse 2.
Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways as the nation that did righteousness.
So you see what I'm saying? So Paul Most High said, listen, you out here with your sins, you out here living reckless, but then you have the audacity to call on me daily, like you walking in righteousness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna put it from the perspective of your parents out there, right? Your kids is cutting up in school, not doing their chores, talking back and being disrespectful, but then coming to you saying, yo, I want you to get me these new shoes. Yo, you think you can buy me that video game? Yo, you think I can go and spend some time over here with my friends? You're gonna look at them like they're crazy because they've been messing up repeatedly over and over, but didn't have the audacity to ask something from you. And this is what our people are doing. We're calling on the Most High name daily, as if we're walking in righteousness. We're asking him for things, and if we're in a position to get anything from him. But you don't know this, it's because you think you're a Gentile. You don't know this, it's because you think you're black. You don't know this because you have received the delusion and the deception of Christianity. You understand? Verse 3? No, go ahead, verse 2. We saw that again.
Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways as...
Hold up.